I'm Lance Calvert. Welcome to this episode of the Retail Fix-It podcast. This is a two-part episode. So last week we talked about the ideal service provider. What we went over was the wrong service provider will cost you greatly, and how to identify the wrong ones, what to avoid, and how to really lock in on some keys to getting the ideal service provider. It's simple, but the outcomes are profound for you as customers when a national facility management company like Retail Fix-It is utilizing the right strategies and knows that through experience and trial and error and all the things it took to get there. Retail Fix-It's a national facility maintenance management company. We perform repairs in every single trade anywhere in the United States for multi-location commercial facility owner customers like retailers and restaurant chains or dental chains, medical chains. We work for pet hotel chain companies, but if you own 100 or 500 or 5,000 locations all over the country, you can centralize your maintenance and your repairs into one partnering service provider where we can handle that nationally. We handle compliance for all the service providers through insurance, licensing, all the different things that bog your company down and your facility departments down whenever your portfolio gets big enough and you need that partner to come in and assist you. That's what we do, and we do it with the use of pre-screened and certified service providers that we've worked with for many years, and vetting them down, getting them into a cost structure and getting them into a compliance area. So the deliverables through good systems that we have that they can enjoy streamlines it all so you guys can get back to your brand and what you're doing to grow your company. We're wanting to create community in the national facility maintenance realm of influence. We're wanting to revolutionize, and we are revolutionizing the way that facility maintenance for multi-location facility owners is viewed, looked at, and handled, breathing fresh air into it and getting some of the stigmas and old ways out of the way and moving in to some ways that are really going to impact the industry in a positive way, getting the right people in as partners and moving into just good deliverables for customers consistently in a way. And really, you're not going to be paying as a customer any more than as if you'd used the service provider on your own, because the right service providers are enjoying the right treatment from us in a way that streamlines and makes going and receiving the job from us, updating us so we can update you, and doing the job, getting paid right, feeling like they have a seat at the table and that they're a true partner for long term. And it's making them happy to work for us because they're experiencing a real partnership themselves. And those savings that we're accomplishing through that are creating savings that we're able to pass on to our customers. Plus, we're able to do a tremendous amount of jobs with a low impact to our team because of the systems are so efficient on the internal side too. And that's a real benefit on our internal team, which is necessary. And today we're going to talk about how to secure, keep, and proper treatment of the right service provider. So, you've got to get the great vendor, but then you have to manage them in a way that is an expectation level across your brand. Retail Fix-It, we do jobs all over the whole country and we do all different trades. Well, how do you brand yourself with an expectation level and deliver the same quality to a single customer when you're using varying service providers all over the country? We have to talk about that. We have to figure that out. We have to face that we're a branded company and we need to be interpreted by our customers as a branded company. In other words, when I say branded, I'm saying our customers need to be able to depend on and should expect the same quality deliverables for a fair price consistently, whether we're doing a job in Los Angeles or Alabama, and whether it's an electrical job or a HVAC job or a flooring job or a handyman job. They need to be able to put in a service request and expect a timely response, expect the right provider to show up in the right way, expect quality service, and that delivered to them in a way that they can see that it's happening. So verification of it, and all done in a way their accounting department is feeling like they have a partner through the consistency of what happened and how much it costs and what are the breakdowns. And so how do we brand to our customers across the whole country? That's another part of it. So we want to take the best service providers in every local area and find them. So that's first. So how to find the ideal service provider. A little recap from the last episode. Go back and watch it, but it's using the local grassroots, sort of one man in a truck type guy. He's running his own business. He's doing the repairs with his own two hands, and he's out there ensuring quality, and he's communicating with you, not going through 2 or 3 layers of his, company to get information to us that's, twice or 3 times removed before we can give it to our customers. So typically those types of guys are control freaks. They don't want a lot of technicians working for them because they're just not going to do it as good as they would have done it. So keep an eye on that. There's some drastic things to avoid, like companies like ours that are using other third-party companies, and that can creep in, and you do not want that because that's jacking up cost, quality will decrease, and those are huge avoidables. Now, there's projects, and projects is a little bit different. You really start to know how quality and capable your vendors are when you start being entrusted to projects from customers. So when our customers give us bigger projects and we're doing remodels of the store, or we're, even just replacing a few doors or painting overnight, and something that requires, several overnights or several days, or some things that are just bigger than a small service call, you really start to find out where your quality is in your service providers and through your brand. There's a difference in managing small tickets as service calls and getting into projects and being successful consistently to your customers. If anybody has any experience in project management in national facility maintenance, they know the job will not go right on its own. You have to have great vendors. They have to communicate well. And as a national facility maintenance company representing our customers, we have to have expectations that are outlined and detailed, given to good vendors. Even though they're great vendors, great service providers, they provide a great service. In order for us to brand that expectation level across the country, we have to be able to deliver that to our customers in a consistent way before they start the project. I mean, it can be after they've been approved. They've quoted the job. We got approved. They got approved. We sent them the approval. But starting right then, before they even schedule the job or get on the site, you have to get on the phone with them and outline the details of those expectation levels, that there's daily cleanup required, that we want daily percentage completion updates. We want daily percentage not complete, daily supporting photos. If there's any hangups throughout the job or change orders that come through the location level manager or that just come as an inevitability based on the project being done, that those are given to us quickly in order to keep things moving. And so project management from the FM standpoint has got to be handled in that way. Customers need it. They need national facility maintenance companies that can handle projects anywhere in the country. Why? Because it's not easy. It's not easy to figure out how to accomplish that with varying service providers and give deliverables where things aren't imploding. And then you must verbally, in writing, deliver these expectations at the right time before the project starts. And you must have confirmation of the expectations in real time and be willing to shift. You got to be willing to shift to a plan B. So if things aren't going well in these verification steps, you have to be willing and able to unassign a vendor in the midst of any of these stages of a job and get some new representation on site. This doesn't happen if you've got the right vendor. So that's very important in the interim process, but stuff happens. There's not a company that doesn't go through stuff like that. Communicated, expected excellence in detail to the service providers is a non-negotiable. This is project management. You're hearing me talk a lot more intense about authoritative, type of deliverable type of expectations when you get into projects, because if you don't make that job go right, it's not going to go right. That's just a fact. Like, it's not, jobs like that, projects don't go right on their own. I'm just going to say it. So providing a platform for them to send the following information is how you take the great vendor who you're holding accountable and making yourself into a partner for them. Look, we're not just saying we're trying to be so authoritative, for no reason. We do have to have these deliverables, and it's just for the outcomes of the client, And so at the same time that you're giving expectations and you're holding them accountable, you're supporting these service providers in a way to make these things achievable for them. So you want to be willing and able to support them if the job gets bigger and some new unexpected things come along, and you should be willing and able to send another person alongside of that service provider to add to the job to get some other things done while they're doing their things, if that's, works out for everybody. There's some key things that you can do to support the right service providers while you're holding them accountable on project management. And that's daily percentage of completion updates taken from them in a way that it's easy for them to deliver through the right platform in an ease of use system. So the supporting photos that you need from them need to be easily uploaded. Everybody needs to understand where that goes. Unforeseen updates for quick turnaround of new approval on material ordering turnarounds and all those kind of things. All that stuff needs to be able to be provided to us in a streamlined platform so the vendors don't have a phone call or an email and we don't know how to capture that from them. So it's important that they understand how to use your system in any of these different varying ways. When times are tough in the midst of a job, just realize, from a service provider's level or from us or from the customer that, there's muscle being gained when there's a tough situation. You're learning how to create those deliverables in real times, and those types of pressures are important. They don't feel good, but they're important for growth. And really after a few years, what you gain is an ability to kind of have an intuition too. There's a lot of intuition that you have to listen to in this business as an account manager or project manager. When you're asking a vendor, are you all set? Do you have all the materials needed? Do you foresee us going over the 5 days that was outlined to the customer? You can hear their concerns if you're listening for it. And then you stop and you get pointed on that topic and you get clear with them and say, listen, I feel like, you might be concerned about the materials arriving in time. How do you take that, which is the right guy and the right level of expectation, getting projects done right without them falling apart so you can be that resource for your customers, and then make the service provider feel great about that long term? And that's an important thing. Look, once you've found the right guys and they have figured out how to sort of jive with your expectation levels, you want to keep those guys. You don't just want to keep them, but you want them to be excited about working for you and stay vibrant in that. So amazing systems for them to use. You've heard that a lot from me, and you'll continue to hear it because we have to have the data, but we can't put an extra burden on them. They've already got a job to do. So the systems have to be accessible and easy, not a lot of hangups, no hangups. That's a real recipe for the service providers. Even good people get annoyed, especially at systems when they're working with their hands. Some of the greatest service providers, the highest quality ones, might not be the people that are just overly enthusiastic about your system and our processes. So, it's a real thing to discuss and figure out and get all those things working. And so we want to empower them through ease of use. But payment on time, every single time, we tell our service providers that we don't work with customers that don't pay their bills on time. There is a set of terms that our techs have to wait for payment, but we want that to be early for them. We want on time for sure, and even early payment. Why not, right? Real partnering approach, that's another thing. Our service providers, they want to be heard. They want their concerns to be heard. And when they have a change order request or they have some opinions about what's going on site at our service locations, you can get real good, important data from these techs. They know These are practical, common sense people. They want to be heard. They want the phone answered if they have a payment issue or anything like that, especially. So just engaging with them and being heard and really creating relationships, with the right people. But look, if you're a service provider and you have excellence in running through your veins, and that's how you perform repairs, and you want to partner with a company of excellence and consistency that wants to deliver these types of results to customers, then you can sign up with us. It's a really cool wizard sign up form on the website, and you can get through it easily. Afterwards, you'll have to put insurance in, but you don't have to put insurance in during the sign up. We don't want you to not be able to complete your sign up. But it'll send you an email for those things afterwards. And for customers, we have space for new customers right now. We will achieve the results that you're looking for. You'll finally get a partnership you've been looking for, and literally you won't even be paying more money than as if you were hiring these technicians yourselves. As a matter of fact, over a course of 90 days or a year, in most cases, definitely paying less, because there's management layers, there's cost proficiency layers, but there's an ability to professionally shift on our feet and interpret what the needs are, and we can strategize on who to send and when and how to get these outcomes all streamlined to where there's not a bunch of communication overlap, and all of those things will equal something that's balanced and streamlined and gets things in order, really an orderly thing with all these different repairs you need at all your sites. And with that, we've got compliance on licensing and insurance layers that are happening automatically, to where all of that is just handled in the background and you don't have to worry about those things. But we want to pioneer a community in national facility maintenance that everybody can win. We want our service providers to deliver excellence, but we want to empower them in a way that they're excited to keep doing that for us. And we want our customers to experience that, not just on small jobs, but that we can deliver projects consistently, project completions for them consistently, where they otherwise don't go good on their own, but they can go good because we know how to take good vendors and we know how to create expectation levels and partner with them in a way that delivers those results to you consistently. And I know a lot of you out there have had hangups in that because it's just not easy to accomplish. But after having done this for 25 years, having a team of people that all care about how our customers feel about our service delivery levels and everything, we've really achieved that. And I'll tell you what, customers that sign up before 2025, because we have space for some new customer signups, we can handle about another 100 running open tickets in varying projects or repairs of any trades across the country right now. We will offer you $3,500 of our own money that we will spread across the first several jobs of paying for these jobs to be done for you guys. Literally, there's not any hang-ups here. We're not going to front load some other invoices because we gave you a discount over here. We believe that if you're a customer with at least 100 locations, that if you sign up with us and give us that opportunity to prove these deliverables to you, we will spend $3,500 of our own money getting those first 20 to 30 to 40 jobs done over the course of the first month or 2 months or 3 months, so we can prove this to you. And that's how much we believe in what we're doing. So that's something for you guys. Now, I have something for the service providers too. I want to give you guys something. It's the end of the year. We're all headed in the right direction. Everybody's excited. But I want my service providers, or new, even existing service providers, to know that Retail Fix-It has an exclusivity program. What does that mean? That means that vendor service providers who are willing to do a few things for us consistently can be put into a bracket to where all of the repairs in your coverage area and all of the trades that you perform can go directly to you without being sent to any other service providers in your area, almost like a franchise thing where you have ownership of your territory and your trades as a partner for Retail Fix-It. What do we expect for that? We're not asking for you to pay a subscription for that. No silliness like that. All we expect is for you to show up when you set your ETA same week. We expect you to handle emergency service requests just as much as you're handling standard service requests, and a handful of other things. So drop us a message and we'll get back to you. And just in the message, just put exclusivity program and we'll know that you're inquiring about that. We love our service providers. We're excited for these partnerships. None of this happens without you. Customers, we're grateful for you. We thank you for what you've entrusted us to. Listen, whether you work for us or not, or whether you're a customer of ours or not, like and share and subscribe to this. We want to create community. We want to learn and we want to teach and we want to be everywhere in between. So thank you for partnering with us. Join the podcast and keep in contact with us so we can create community too and see what we can do in 2025 so we can all succeed. Thank you again for watching the Retail Fix It podcast.